Good evening, Robert Scribbler filming toward the north and east from Garden City Beach, looking up at Myrtle Beach. Some 1 to 2 footers roll in. This is for the OBX wave report. We are remote here in Garden City Beach. Waves in the Outer Banks much larger. We're quite a bit more sheltered in here at Garden City Beach. It's kind of, I don't know, I consider it almost bay-like. I mean, I grew up in Virginia Beach, and everyone jokes about Virginia Beach having bad waves. The waves here are worse. In my opinion, you gotta really find a good spot to eke out any rides. Although I did get out there for 2 surf sessions today, got a total of 15 waves somehow. And managed to complete surf session number 200 for this year, on the way to 250. The goal, and I guess my dedication, my sacred pledge, is to surf the waves that can be surfed and do the best and do my best to be deliberate and learn on whatever waves the ocean provides, if they are rideable. And boy, are these fairly rideable today here in Garden City Beach, up in the Outer Banks. Much better. We do have a coastal low offshore that is providing some northeast winds and some larger, rougher surf for much of the Outer Banks. So let's get into the official wave readings from buoy data and wave monitors and models. Right now at Nag's Head, 4 to 6 foot plus and choppy, probably a few 7-footers breaking out there at Jeanette's Pier. Northeast swell coming in at 6.8 foot and 9 seconds. Northeast wind still pretty strong out there at 21 miles per hour. Air temperature 74 degrees Fahrenheit, starting to cool down into fall a little bit. Ocean water temperatures 73, and gradually over time we'll expect those air and water temperatures to subside a bit, although we can still look forward to, in my opinion, some pleasant weeks ahead into October and possibly even into November. Okay, and a little bit further to the north of Nag's Head in Virginia Beach, 3 to 4 foot and choppy conditions. Further south in Rodanthe, 4 to 5 foot plus choppy conditions with a northeast swell at 6.2 foot and 9 seconds. Northerly winds at 20 miles per hour. Air temperature 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Ocean water temperatures 74 degrees Fahrenheit as well. And then heading on down south to Buxton, 4 to 5 foot waves, choppy conditions. East-northeast swell at 5.8 foot and 9 seconds. North winds at 18 miles per hour. Air temperatures 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Ocean water temperatures 76. Still remaining rather warm down there at Buxton as we watch these small 1 to 2 foot waves roll in here at Garden City Beach. A little bit to our south, looks like we've got some bodyboarders trying to catch some of these little waves a little bit further to our south. All right, let's see. At Frisco, waves in the range of 2 to 3 foot. And at Garden City Beach here, officially 2 foot and semi-choppy. I would say 1 to 2 foot. 2 foot here is a stretch. Okay, so let's get down to some of the observations provided by our good scientist friends at the National Hurricane Center. And right now the National Hurricane Center is monitoring 2 tropical storms. The first is Tropical Storm Philippe at 45 miles per hour, meandering to the west-northwest, just to the east of the Caribbean Sea. Philippe is expected to remain a storm through Tuesday as it dawdles east of the Caribbean. According to the guidance, it's just expected to kind of meander back and forth slowly drifting toward the west, and looks like it might be getting interrupted in its forward motion by Rena, which just developed right behind Philippe. Rena right now a 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the northwest at 14 miles per hour. Rena seeming to be a bit more decisive than Philippe, as Rena is expected to track toward Bermuda, getting closer and closer to Bermuda by Tuesday, with some slight strengthening expected over the next few days. If Rena continues on its projected path, it might become a wave maker for the U.S. East Coast as it gets closer and closer to Bermuda. Let's hope that is the case, and let's hope that Rena does provide a little bit of a tropical air mass, some calm conditions for the U.S. East Coast, and a nice swell as we get into middle of next week. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that from Rena. And last of all, we are monitoring the non-tropical low that is off the U.S. East Coast. This guy has been bringing us some choppy conditions, northeast winds, some pretty gnarly swells, particularly for the Outer Banks. Here in Garden City Beach, just some chop and slop. But this system is expected to continue to bring strong north and northeasterly winds for at least the next 3 days, and then slowly drift offshore. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, so thank you for joining me for this session of the OBX Wave Report. I want to just ask you guys to please continue to do everything you can to help protect our coastlines from the impacts of climate change driven by fossil fuel burning. Those impacts being rising sea levels, more intense storms, ocean heat waves, and ocean acidification, along with all sorts of other stuff that comes along with climate change. Climate change is just this, I don't know, it's just a nasty bouquet. It's like opening the closet to a bunch of monsters, like, you know, just packed in there. And the way that we beat back climate change is to mass deploy clean energy, increase efficiencies, increase the rate of electrification, which enables clean energy systems like wind, water, solar, and electric vehicles. And we got a happy pelican out here right now, chilling in the surf. And also act politically, as the good climate activists are now doing. They're engaged in yet another massive lawsuit against the polluters in the fossil fuel industry. And right now, this is very positive action, much needed action, as the fossil fuel industry has generated decades and decades of predatory delay, which has left us all vulnerable to the impacts of climate crisis. All right, so thank you for joining me once again for this session of the OBX Wave Report, remotely filmed from Garden City Beach. Got 2 more days filming from Garden City Beach, and then we were gonna be heading back north to the OBX. In all honesty, I missed the OBX quite a lot, missed my big waves, or my bigger waves. Hope you guys are having a good time in the surf, getting some surfing and some kiteboarding done up there. Shout out to all my friends up to the north, and look forward to joining you guys in the surf once again.